So Joe Rogan shit on Jordan Peterson literally the same way I've been shitting on Jordan Peterson over this Twitter thing.
Yep.
In fact, he got more kind of sensitive about it. And nothing. Not a damn thing.
That's because you're not cool, Aaron.
It's because these Jordan Peterson fans, I've said this before, they're giant fucking pussies. They've all got no dads. They look up to this guy as a father figure. The problem is he's a lunatic. He was a benzo addict. He's mentally fragile. Jordan Peterson is like the strong guy for weak people.
Okay.
Because if you watch Jordan Peterson, if he gets criticized or if he gets any kind of criticism at all, he really takes it like you've just went against the king's edict.
Yeah, I've noticed that a little bit.
He really, the more, I don't get this. The more famous some people get, the less they're able to take criticism.
Yes.
The less they're able, they feel like they've done all this fighting and all this scraping and scrapping to get to where they are, so that now you can't shit on them.
Right. They've gotten to a place where they don't need, like, they don't deserve that anymore. They're just right.
Right. Well, exactly. And they feel like, hey, I paid my dues. It's like, no, the bigger you get, the more you should get shit on. And to his credit, Joe Rogan is the opposite of what I'm saying. The bigger Joe Rogan gets, the less he cares what people say. And that's how you should be.
That is how you should be. I mean,
you've got millions of dollars, you got millions of fans. You don't give a fuck what anybody says about you.
Well, you've got to become immune to it at some point. The more people that have eyes on you, like obviously the more trolls and haters you'll have. You've got to shut it off sometime.
Right. Roger Dodger says he's got 2 last names and his daughter drinks blood. Yeah, he's got a fucking goofy daughter. He's fucking goofy. And every time you go, dude, you're kind of getting obsessed with this Twitter thing. People are like, it's trying to save the culture from who? From Elliot Page? She lopped off her tits and wants to be a dude. I didn't give a shit when Elliot Page was a woman named Ellen Page. I don't give a shit when Elliot Page is a guy named Elliot Page. The hardest thing to be is not a Jordan Peterson who picks a fight with every trans thing he sees. Mm-hmm. The guy, you know who you have to fight to be now? The I don't give a shit guy.
Because everyone needs you to give a shit, no matter what.
Everybody needs you to love their thing.
Yep.
Like, I don't like these right-wing culture warriors because they're just like the left-wing culture warriors. They just don't know it. At least the left wing knows they're cunts. You know, they know they're obnoxious. That's their thing.
They lean in.
Their whole bit is that they're annoying.
Yep.
And they're trying to annoy you. And they're trying to bother you.
Well, because they don't get their stuff done.
Right. The right, if you don't play into the shit they want you to play into, they get the same way. You sell out. He's fighting for you. But he's not Jesus Christ. He's Kermit the Frog with a goatee and a suit. Stop it.
It's true.
So they go like, oh, he's fighting for the culture. He's going like, no. He's a guy to be made fun of. They're all guys to make fun of. That's what we're doing here. I feel so abandoned by the right so many times because I go, hey, I thought you guys keep saying you're in this for the memes. If we're in this for the memes, let's do some fucking memeing. Let's make fun of some people. Yes, if you're only going to make fun of the people on the left, you've cut out 50% of people who are objectively fucking hilarious to watch.
You have to like them just for the comedic value.
Just because why? They feel the same way about a person who cut off their dick as you do? Who gives a shit?
I couldn't think of something that bothers me less. Like that person, I don't think of that person. You know what I mean? That never crosses my brain until Jordan Peterson brings it up.
You know what's worth caring about? Like when teachers start doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something you can watch and go, whoa, pump the brakes. We're having fun here. We're joking around. You're trying to turn kids. That's fucking goofy. It's like a guy like Jordan Peterson does something dumb and you make fun of him, and the same people who think that it's hilarious to make fun of these left-wingers when they get hysterical, when their guy gets hysterical, they go, no, it's okay that my guy gets hysterical. Why? Because he feels the same way about discarded penises than you do? You guys think too much about discarded penises, and that's your problem. And you worry just as much as the left does about what you're going to call the discarded penis person.
Why wouldn't he Why wouldn't somebody like a Jordan Peterson be spouting off more about people like teachers that are around kids and stuff than an Ellen Page that's not around anybody anymore?
I believe it has something to do with lobsters, but I would have to confer with my 12 Reasons to Live or whatever the fuck it is.
Interesting.
Veldrain with $5 says, here's a buck, bucko. And $5 says, the statistical analysis shows that I talk to lobsters. Jordan Peterson.
Thanks.
325 away from our goal today. Thank you guys very much for your generosity, as it were. All right. He's tough for a Canadian, says fuck you. Oh, no, I'm not saying he's not tough. He's like done some debates that are really interesting. He's just, I think when he went nuts and went away for that year,
Yeah.
it changed him.
Yeah.
And he's lost
In a
a
bad
lot,
way.
any sense of humor he maybe had. Sir K says, I like this show because I have both mommy and daddy issues. That's why I'm mean to April. I can't tell which role she fills.
That's okay.
Skills says, holy cow, are you live right now? No. Where the fuck city are you based in? Oh, no matter what city in, we're always based.
Fucking based.
Fucking based.
What the fuck?
We are in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Roger Dodger says, April once escaped a fire by tying her baps together and sliding down a pole. I love how we just made these these cogent points about Jordan Peterson, and all Roger Dodger can say is that you titty slid down a pole.
My baps. What?
Skeezy says, is he mad about the trans or mad about Twitter censorship for criticizing the trans? He's mad that he broke a rule Twitter had that he knew existed, and now instead of deleting the tweet and getting back on Twitter, he just wants to yell and scream at the moon. That's what I don't get. You know what game these people are playing. That's why I'm starting to kind of get mad about people who carry on about being quote-unquote canceled.
Sure.
We know what the game is now. So either survive in that space where you can talk to lots of people and do an entertaining show, or be this martyr and die for the cause and then shut the fuck up about it.
I know.
You died for the cause. We all saw it. If we didn't see it, it wasn't important enough. Like this show. I don't want to be a martyr. I don't want to sit here and strap myself to a cross for what? For somebody else? Fuck that noise.
For Jesus.
I'm here to tell jokes and have fun and make fun of people. And I keep an eye on what the changing rules are so I don't fucking murder my own show that makes me a living and entertains the fans.
Yep.
Because what good is it if I sacrifice myself and now they don't have a show to watch?
You ruined it.
And plus, I ruined my own living. People think that if they blow themselves up and crucify themselves, that it's going to make oh man, I fought for a cause and got my show taken away for it. All that means to me is that you're not a professional and you can't perform in front of any kind of crowd and still make it funny. It means that you panicked, you saw the rules change, you weren't good enough to continue on, so you blew it up.
Yep.
And then went, oh, well, I'm a victim. It's not my fault I didn't succeed. It's because they were mean to me. You knew the rules. Don't go on the platform if you don't like the rules.
I've always been interested in Crowder's behavior that way too. It's like he enjoys getting kicked off. It's very weird.
But then pretends he doesn't.
Right. And then he needs to fight the laws that be.
Renelation says, no one is above being made fun of. Everyone where they say dumb things and should get a little ribbing. Exactly. So he's looking for attention and relevance. I agree. Veldrain with another $5 says, Jordan, if you just abide by the rules, you won't get demonetized or banned. Wait, S. Crowder.
Oh, yeah. See?
Wait, what?
Crowder.
Wait, but is he like defending Crowder?
No.
By saying if you abide by the...
No, like he's making fun of Crowder. Because Crowder's like, oh, I don't break any of the rules and shit. They still ban me. And
he breaks all the rules.
I know.
He purposely breaks them and then complains he gets banned. It's part of the grift. All right. Thank you very much, Veldrain. 320 away from our goal this morning. There is the PayPal link and everything else. All the contributions count, no matter where they come from. Okay. Let's watch Joe Rogan criticize Jordan Peterson. Now, the media, there's two kinds of responses to this. There's the Jordan Peterson fanboys, who a lot of them came from Joe Rogan. So now they got to pick between their two dads. This is why you got to be careful of the idol worship. This is why I like that our fans, tease us and shit on us and have fun with us, because I ain't here to be worshipped or have my dick sucked.
You're no idol.
Don't like my opinions because I said it. Like my opinions because they're right. But mostly, I hope you think the show's funny.
I was going to say it boils down to funny.
It boils down to funny. So now these poor dadless fucks have to pick between their two internet daddies, Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson. The media is playing it as, oh, Joe's standing up for the trans community. And then the Jordan Peterson haters, I hate this too. This is another thing I hate about the right when it comes to cultural shit. Anytime you disagree with what they want you to be, you're a sellout. Mm. Or you gave up to, or you went PC. It's like, no, they just disagree with you, you spurg. There was that failed comedian guy who had that shitty take on Bill Burr's special. He was like, Bill Burr sold out. Because he made a joke about masks and vaccines.
Big deal.
Bill Burr feels that way about masks and vaccines. He just didn't agree with you. So now you think he went soft or he went PC. I don't need my comedians to repeat my opinions back to me. They're my opinions. I know what I think. Yeah, I want my comedians to make funny observations about culture. And if I don't agree with them on something, that doesn't mean that the way they see it can't be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, when did we start going to comedians for actual takes on anything?
When not funny people stayed in comedy too long.
Exactly. Too many open micers.
Too many open micers. Let's watch this. Joe Rogan talking about Jordan Peterson and getting people all worked up. Joe didn't sell out. Joe didn't go PC because the next time he says something based, you guys are going to say, "Dude, fucking Joe Rogan so based."
Deepest thinkers that I've ever heard break down like human behavior. And
I don't know who this guy is,
but
I'm really trying hard not to hate him.
He seems very boring so far.
Yeah, like, not hate him. I shouldn't say hate him, but
slow.
like not be entertained by him.
Right.
I don't know, just an understanding of all that stuff, and I think good wisdom along with it is Jordan Peterson. I think he would be a person that I would trust. I think that guy has a lot of integrity, and so I would that would be somebody too. But I also know Jordan has his own things that people have issues with. Like,
may I say this about this guy's take on Jordan Peterson? Like, he has integrity. I get it, he has integrity, but he's too sensitive and too high strung.
He can't take any amount of criticism.
No,
I get it. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to find.
He's kicked off Twitter right now because he said something about Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe's
cancel
dead.
him.
Joe's finished. Get rid of Joe.
How dare he?
He just dead named Elliot Page. Somebody commented on one of my Jordan Peterson videos by saying, "Oh, you said dead naming? This show has changed." And that's kind of an illustration of what I'm talking about. It's like, dead name is a thing people use. That's the thing they call calling the person by their old name. Mm-hmm. He thinks that I use dead name because I'm like, you know, guys, we shouldn't do this or do that. Like, people just hear certain words and they're too stupid to kind of pay attention. So they have these certain words because they're playing a board game. Their whole culture war thing is a board game. And they all have their free parking rules and their own dumb shit. And they have a bingo card and somebody says dead name and they're like, well, I got to put a woke stamp on that one because they said dead name. Stop being stupid. Stop being so excitable about everything, much like I am now.
Right.
Elliot Page called her Ellen Page. Like, I think that was the number one thing. The dead naming.
Yeah. And it's sad, man, because again, like, there's a lot of fear and pain on and all the sides of all that too.
My friend Brian Simpson had a very good thing to say about that. He was like, I come to you for like heavy duty intellectual shit. He goes, not for this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like, this is not
totally. Yeah, this is like,
getting
Jordan, don't
about.
Yeah.
The same exact thing I said.
Yes, it is.
The same. Thank you, Joe. That's a very good point because I agree with it. But that's, people don't come to you for this shit. This is beneath you. That's what I said about Jordan Peterson. This is actually beneath you. You don't need to be addressing this because it doesn't matter. It's not important.
I feel like this would be beneath most people. It shouldn't cross your mind every day.
You know why it is? It's because in this busybody culture, nobody, and idol worship of Jordan Peterson, nobody tells a guy like Jordan Peterson, like, dude, this doesn't concern you.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's not important. She lopped off her tits and wants to be a dude now. That's totally fine. I don't like the idea of wanting to mutilate your own body parts because you think it'll make you happier. I'm for people doing anything that'll make them happier as long as they don't interfere with anybody else. And I'm sorry, Jordan, I don't know if you have a weird trans people attraction that you're trying to work through. Somebody else doing some shit as an adult that doesn't affect you one way or the other is not something you need to worry about. It's not.
No.
Yeah. You don't need to get into all that. I mean, look, it's his life, it's his Twitter, or was his Twitter anyway.
But the thing is, like, that transgender thing riles people up, man. That is one of the ones that riles people up. Like, everybody's in favor of everybody doing whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody until it gets to gender. And then people start getting weird.
Right. And that's the thing I have a problem with. It sucks to be someone, and I'm sure a lot of our audience is the same way. It sucks to be someone who says, I don't care until you affect other people, and mean it.
Yep.
It's hard to be someone who means that because everybody says that, but it's like they can't help themselves. There's just certain triggers that they have where they go, yeah, I have to bitch about this one. And it's like, wait a minute, I thought, but this doesn't affect you. And they're not hurting anybody else. I wish people would just come out on the trans thing and say what it was. They think it's gross. They think it's weird. And that's where it starts and stops.
Yeah.
But you can't say publicly that, oh, I think it's gross, I think it's weird, because then you're going to get fucked with.
I think a lot of people that do get, I hate the word triggered, but get triggered about the whole trans topic probably have kids too. A lot of them. And they're freaked out about that happening to a kid of theirs because they don't understand it and it is weird.
But again, you can't say, as long as they're not hurting anybody else, I don't care, and then freak out about the Jordan Peterson shit because Ellen Page hurt absolutely zero people.
We're all hypocrites, but yeah, that seems like a mountain out of a molehill.
They start thinking it's a mistake. They start thinking, why are you doing that? They start thinking all kinds of things.
Well, then you're being a busybody, and you're getting involved with someone's life when they never fucking asked you. Thank you very much. Veldrain with another $5. Did he throw in two different?
Wow.
Okay, so 10 more coming in from Veldrain. He says, PC police here. I heard people were attempting to use context. That's not allowed. Jay Peterson versus Black Alien, 100% fine with it. Veldrain says.
Yeah, where is he on that one?
I really enjoy the Black Alien. He's an entertaining fella, and he likes lobster. So we're going to go on a date.
Do you think Jordan Peterson's okay with him splitting his penis?
Right, exactly. Why does it matter?
Why does it matter? I'm never looking at it.
I'm not mad at that. Well, never say never. You never know what the offer's going to be on the table.
Okay.
But the Black Alien's a great example. What that guy's doing, I find objectively gross and disgusting. At the same time, it doesn't matter what I think. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's not hurting anyone but himself.
And he clearly is doing everything he wants.
Right.
The only thing it's affecting so far is he can't get hired anywhere. And that's his problem.
Yeah, right. A lot of this shit, that's why people don't need to get so worked up. Because all it is like these people, like it's all a self-cleaning oven.
Yep.
You don't need to get worked up by the Black Alien. That'll work out exactly how you think it will. They don't need your help.
It always does, too. It might take a while, but it gets there.
Sir K, you are correct, sir. BGBG says, wait, this isn't Schaub roasting? You think I do a 4-hour fucking show on Schaub roasting? When there's Schaub roasting to be done, we'll do some Schaub roasting. My problem with the Schaub roasting channels is this. And it's kind of my problem with people who dedicate their whole lives to like Brendan Schaub or whatever. He doesn't, and you're going to hate me for this, he doesn't fuck up that much.
No, it's just that when he does, it's really funny.
When he does, it's hilarious. So we talk about everything, and we talk about the news, and we talk about this guy, and then, people watch clips of our show, and for the most part, they like a thing we do, so they stick around and watch the show.
Yep.
Some people get mad that every time we open our mouths, we're not making fun of the same guy. Well, then Josh Denny would be right. Then we'd be Red Bar. We'd just be, every time we open our mouth, we're obsessively bitching about the same guy. I like to find out what's going on in the news, and then you find new stuff to talk about.
Right. We can't focus on someone's fingernail for an hour.
I can't do that. I'll go insane. So BGBG, no. We'll roast Schaub from time to time. Will roast. I could have fun with DSP a lot more than I do because he's a
Yes.
laugh a minute, but I don't want to do that. I want to talk about everybody.
You want to keep everyone a little special too. I think if you just focus on the same couple people every day, it's
Yeah.
not special anymore.